So how do you motivate yourself to do something you don't want to do? Very good question. I think it can be made pretty simple. It just requires a little bit of setup in beforehand. And of course, you actually have to keep the promises you make to yourself. Because every single time, you skip a workout, you kind of reinforce that behavior in your head that it's acceptable, that you can get away with it, that you can just keep doing it. And the more times you miss, the more likely you're going to be missing more and more and more. And it just kind of piles up. And then the longer you do it, the harder it is to break. The people that you admire, the footballers, the MMA fighters, your favorite social influencers, they don't feel motivated all the time either. Training is kind of their job, so I suppose it can be a bit easier for them because they get paid pretty good money for it. But they will still have days where they just can't be asked to do it. So how come they can keep going every day, but you can't even do a few times a week? It's pretty simple, to be honest. Every single sports person, every single PT that I know, a lot of the gym bros I work out with, they have one thing in common, myself included, and that's having a system. This actually can be pretty flexible. You can kind of adjust it however you want. This is just kind of like a good breakdown of what I see most commonly in the people that I speak with and know, or what I myself recommend to others whenever they're asking for any kind of fitness advice or help. The first part is to lower the bar massively, okay? Because something tells me you're under the impression of if you don't go to the gym for 2 hours a day, it's just not worth it. And that's it. That's not it whatsoever. I can promise you that. When I'm on my own, I train between 45 to 60 minutes at a time, and that's honestly it. It's not the time, it's the intensity. So you don't need to be killing yourself at the gym for so many hours every single day in order to achieve a good physique. That mindset alone can be the thing that's actually killing your consistency. So I want you to switch it around a little bit. Just show up, no matter how small the session is, or how small you deem the session to be. Because 20 minutes of stretching counts. Doing a 30-minute walk on a treadmill counts. Walking in, doing 3 exercises and going home because you've got a fucking raging headache counts. It all adds up. It's all about the little wins. You can't just go for 8 hours and have a good workout. You're gonna go for a short amount of time over a longer period of time. That's the thing that's actually going to make progress. To me personally, that habit is more important than the session itself. The second thing is to remove any kind of extra decision making that doesn't need to be there. I tend to find that every time we ask ourselves a question, or should I not? This is, whether this is gym or not, we kind of give ourselves a way out. Kind of just an excuse, a little runaway, because we then try to justify it in our heads as to why not to train. Stop making this decision every day. Instead, just decide once to create a plan and just stick with it. Kind of like, I'm gonna do this at that time for this long, no excuses. I actually have a video, I've done something like this already. I'm gonna leave it somewhere on the screen here. The examples and the things that I speak about in there can be applied to literally anything, whether this is just managing your time in general, managing your training plan, fitting in a certain hobby with your career, and etc. It's pretty flexible in that sense. But the biggest idea is just to get into the habit of saying, I will, this time, this day, end of. No excuses, no fucking, oh, should I this, should I that. Just make a decision and stick with it. That's it. The third part is to set up your environment beforehand. This is probably one of the easiest things to do, to be honest. Some people won't even need to do this because they would prefer to go to the first thing in the morning because they just absolutely despise training, and that's completely fair enough. You may not do it for the love of it, you might just do it for the health benefits and just to look better, and that's completely fair. If you want to go in the morning, do that, because it'll be the hardest thing you're going to do in the day, the least enjoyable thing is in the day. So if you do that first thing, your day is going to feel a lot easier after that. Personally, I like to go in the evenings because it's actually my favorite part of the day. So I kind of just set myself up a little differently. And the first thing is that I bring my gym gear with me to work. So then that way I can get changed there. I have my pre-workout, 30 to 60 minutes before the finishing time. And then I go to the gym immediately straight after. That way you just kind of eliminate any kind of, once again, second guessing yourself, should I this, should I that. It's all there, everything's ready. You've got your clothes with you, pumping up because your pre-workout's running through your body and you're just ready and you're ready to go. Because let me put it this way, if I said that I'm gonna go to the gym after work, but I need to go home first to get changed, I wouldn't go as many times. I wouldn't. I would find excuses. I would think that I'm too tired. I would get a headache on the way home, whatever it is that my brain would like to do, but it just wouldn't feel the same. And I wouldn't go as often. When you eliminate all those barriers, it is that much easier to go. The fourth part is to make things uncomfortable for yourself in the right way. So what do I mean by that? For example, post a story on Instagram or whatever, saying you're at the gym or that you go into the gym. Post a photo in the group chat, send it to someone, send it to your partner. Kind of keep yourself accountable in that sense, because when you tell someone you're doing something, you're going to make yourself feel shitty when you don't do it. So that kind of pressure might help. It's just a matter of trying it. Personally, for me, it doesn't really do anything because I could just go because I love going. But I know some people, that's why they hire a PT, because if you don't show up, well, they're going to be disappointed with you and you've also wasted your money. So it's just a tactic to keep yourself accountable. Another thing you can do is to track things, whether it is your weight, whether it is the weight that you're pushing or pulling, your waistline, how big or small your legs are, anything. You can measure anything that you want. You can get as intricate as you like. And the idea is to help yourself with it, because if the weight or the scale isn't moving, well then clearly you're not doing something right. You're not training hard enough, maybe not eating well enough, maybe doing the wrong exercises. The idea is to keep yourself accountable with the numbers, because the numbers are facts. You can't just think your way around them. If you weigh 70 kilos, you weigh 70 kilos, and that's final. And if your goal is 65, well then you're 5 away. And that's that. It just eliminates any kind of potential excuses or any kind of thoughts like, oh, I'll do it next week. And trust me when I say it is so nice seeing the numbers moving the right way. You know, personally, when I started, I was this little skinny kid, so obviously I wanted to gain weight. And when I saw the scale move up for the first time in, I don't know, about 20 years, it was incredible. You know, when I started lifting more weights and I could physically see myself going from, you know, this weight to this weight to this weight, amazing. It felt great. Trust me, it's an amazing feeling. I think one of the greatest things about this is the fact that we spoke about the gym and training, yes, but all of that can be applied to literally everyday life and everything else that you do. Because it feels like whenever I avoid training or I give myself a little bit more time off than I should, it kind of feels like I avoid other things in my life as well. You know, the difficult conversations, difficult tasks, taking a bit of a risk. It's like my mental fortitude all of a sudden just drops. The gym keeps you resilient and mentally accountable for more than just training and how you look. It's kind of like when you lose respect for yourself in one area of life, it kind of bleeds into everything else as well. That's kind of like the best way I can put it. Because, you know, the gym isn't just, you know, the gym. It's the place where you purposely go to do difficult things. And when you avoid it, you know, you're kind of avoiding yourself. You're avoiding your accountability, your respect for yourself. The gym isn't just the gym. It's much more than that. Because when you consistently show up for yourself, to prove to yourself that you can do it, that confidence will easily spill into everything else. Ultimately, you know, no one's going to come and motivate you or save you, and nobody is going to do the work for you. But in a sense, that's the good news, because that means it's in your control. It's something you can change. It's just a matter of whether you want to or not. So just keep showing up, you know, again and again, and build that trust with yourself. And one day, you know, all those little pieces will come together. Get out there and get it done.